And now he quick pitches. And last Diaz says no. He said none of that. We will shut that down. Laz, tell him.
Nestor Cortes is no stranger to pitching trickery. Hi everyone, Lindsay, doing my best to wear exactly what I wore in the last video where we talked about Nestor Cortes. White Sox and Yankees, we look at Cortes' first pitch of the game.
Some baseball here in the Bronx.
Here we go. First pitch, Nestor Cortes is up and away.
Cortes from windup, this is his natural delivery.
If any of those radio losers clip it and try to make...
Sixth inning, 2 outs, it's the same delivery, but Nestor's getting up there in pitch count. He needs some help.
There we go.
Not exactly the most accurate pitch in the world. We've seen Nestor do this before. Our conclusion, especially on the move with the fake pitch before delivery, this is not exactly natural motion, but with no runners on base, there's no such thing as a balk. This itself is not an illegal pitch as defined by the rule of what an illegal pitch is. So we don't have a mechanism for anything other than a don't do that instruction, which in turn makes this move de facto legal simply because you can't penalize it. Remember, there are no runners, so it can't be a balk.
He looks comfortable, but he has not pulled out any of his tricks yet.
We only have a few options for our illegal pitches. Quick pitches, stepping off the rubber to deliver, or resetting your pivot foot, taking an extra step. Now that's the Carter Caps rule that was introduced because Caps pitched that way and baseball didn't like it. So even though the rulebook defines illegal pitches officially as two things, quick pitches and delivery from off the rubber, the Carter Caps rule resetting the pivot foot is also defined as an illegal pitch. Of course, the penalty-free illegal pitch with no runners, automatic ball with runners, it's a balk. But all you can do for delaying the natural movement, because it's not covered by illegal pitch, is don't do that. Tell the pitcher not to do it again. And if they do it again, you can go with unsportsmanlike conduct, which is a whole other ballgame. But there is no mechanism on its own to declare this natural movement delay illegal. I mean, there is, it's just you can't do anything about it.
The whole crowd started cheering.
All this is an extravagant setup for the next pitch.
Nasty Nestor. And now he quick pitches.
And Laz Diaz looked like he called time before that swing and a miss. Nestor not happy.
Now it's time to apply the illegal pitch penalty because a quick pitch has occurred. Automatic ball, there are no runners. A quick return pitch is defined as one that is delivered before the batter is reasonably set or to catch a batter off balance.
Take another look.
I just want to clarify, being reasonably set and being alert are two separate standards. Being alert is the pitch clock standard. It's one of the reasons I have an issue with it because it conflicts with reasonably set. Reasonably set comes after being alert. Reasonably set while the batter is doing their preparatory bat movements. When they are mostly static, give it a beat, and then they are reasonably set. This pitcher goes immediately and he cuts down his natural motion to home plate to fire it early. That, to me, is obvious intent to catch the batter off guard, especially with context clues, the delayed motion he did before. So if you don't hit this with the don't do that before, because this also is a deviation from natural motion, you definitely have a quick pitch.
And Laz Diaz says no. He said none of that.
Now, part of it is that pivot foot detaching from the rubber argument that we had in the Gleyber-Torres video with Angel Hernandez behind the plate. Here's where the rulebook makes it a little complicated. Again, you don't have a balk. You can't have any of the 13 criteria because there are no runners on base. All you can have is a pitch that's delivered with the foot off the rubber, or you can have a foot going off and coming back on, which again is nothing unless you call it a quick return pitch, which this clearly is. So let's get rid of all of that complication. Don't even talk about the pitcher having that foot deviate and get off the rubber, because this was a quick return pitch because the batter wasn't reasonably set and it was an obvious attempt to catch that batter off balance. Laz says you stepped off and then stepped on. I don't know why we're looking with microscopes for little lizards. The alligator in the room is this was a quick return pitch. Go with that, make your life a tiny bit easier. Call the quick pitch because it was an obvious attempt to catch the batter off balance, not because of this microscopic Inspector Gadget level, oh, you stepped off and stepped back on. Laz got this call right, but for a reason that was a lot more technically correct than it needed to be. Go with the elephant, which is the quick pitch, not the lizard, which is the this much deviation from the pitcher's mound. And for those who say, yeah, well, technically he was off by that much, I've got news for you. Every pitcher does it to an extent. Look at any pitcher in the league, especially Justin Verlander. He does it when there are no runners on, when there's no quick pitch situation. If you want to call Cortes for this, you have to call every other pitcher for this separation too. Don't do that to yourself. Make your life easy. It's a quick pitch because he was attempting to catch the batter off guard, off balance. That's the only reason. Move on.
We did go for the quick pitch, but did he step back off the rubber flash?
And that's what happens when you tell a team it's because of the step off, step on. You make it more complicated and they can say, well, you don't call it on Justin Verlander and he does it every time. Why not? And they would be 100% right to criticize your consistency. Call it on the quick pitch because that's what it was. Laz adds an automatic ball to the count.
I am not a crook.
And there's the Cortes quick pitch. Thanks for the question. Thank you so much to our subscribers and our supporters. Visit us online at Discord, like and subscribe, and all the rest. We'll see you on the site, closecallsports.com.